April 11th is when we started. By the end of the month, we were at about 8K. So in like 20 days, the first week of May, we did like 8K was last day of May. We finished the last day at 25.1 thousand dollars revenue. Yeah, it's been crazy. Life-changing.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am here with Eli, the CEO of Never Satisfied Coaching. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Not much.
All right, so let's go ahead and introduce yourself. Like how long have you been working with PT Legends? The question that everybody always asks, how much money have you made? So how long have you been working with us, and how much have you made since you started working with us?
So I started working with Eric and you, PT Legends, on it's been just past the 60-day mark. Mm-hmm. It was on the 11th. 2 months ago in April 11th. Sorry, I'm not good at my months, but April 11th is when we started. A couple of days after I had started, I kind of just decided that this is what I've been wanting to do for a long time. I love fitness. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I quit my job. I had a sales job doing door-to-door for a long time. So I have the sales game down, not down, but decently enough where I can sell stuff.
Okay.
So quit my job, started, and by the end of the month, we were at about 8K. So in like 20 days, once it rolled over into May, it kind of really took off from there. Our first week, the first week of May, we did like 8K. And then now just a couple days ago was last day of May. We finished the last day at 25.1 thousand dollars revenue. And so, yeah, it's been crazy.
Let's go.
Life-changing.
Hell yeah. I appreciate it. That's what's up, man. Yeah, super proud of all your success. You're freaking crushing it. Where were you at like a year ago? Like where were you at prior to working with PT Legends?
A year ago at this time, I was actually living in a halfway house. Just had gotten sober from about a decade-long drug addiction. And so I was living with a bunch of other guys trying to do better in life, get sober, get on their feet. Once I got sober, I reverted back to what always made me happy, which was fitness. So I'd walk to the gym or ride my bike to the gym. I worked at the gym as a trainer, and then I was the master trainer there, and then I was the manager of training there. Got kind of back into sales and stuff, and that's kind of like a year ago. That's about where I was at.
Beautiful. That's what's up. Yeah, congratulations on that as well. So have you worked with any other business coaches before? Any other business or fitness coaches before? You don't have to say any names.
Yeah. Yeah. So quite a few people, not nearly as much as some people I've worked with. I probably invested $15,000, maybe $20,000 into coaching. Okay. Really any spare change I had, even sometimes reaching into my bills. PT Legends, that's what I did, because I don't know, it's just the kind of person I am. I see a lot of people have courses and stuff that don't do much, but I don't want to be like that number 5 type of person Alex Hormozi talks about, where you're trying to just prove that it won't work. I think there's success stories in most all programs, and I know that could be me. Any programs I did, yeah, I've done probably 5 of them. I've done a lot of them.
Okay. So with the other training, and like just since I met you, like you've been very forward with learning and just putting yourself out there and being like vulnerable to being really pliable to be able to like be educated and be teachable and stuff like that. So I appreciate that. But like, what would you say was some of your biggest struggles before you joined PT Legends?
Like before I joined entirely?
Yeah, before you decided to join up with PT Legends, before you decided to make that leap, make that investment, like what were some of the issues that you're having, like that didn't allow you just to go full throttle on the coaching business by yourself?
This one's semi-personal. It's like I think that I was kind of wrapped up in a different type of life than I am now for such a long period of time. I always had dreams and aspirations of being an entrepreneur. I just never done it. I was a wantrepreneur. And so I like to read books and kind of like mentally masturbate about the idea of it. And I took courses, tried the courses for sure and stuff like that. And it was just like stuck in limbo of, I was self-employed, so I was on my way there. I was doing sales. I was living comfortably though. I was making good paychecks doing door-to-door sales. I was really good at it. And I was just at a point where I was about to get management positions, a higher management position, district managing, where things were really looking up and up. I'm like, holy cow, that's a salary $100,000 a year plus commission. That's insane. But, and so that was the biggest thing, is like, I was making good money. I could live, I could do things I wanted to do and take care of me and maybe kind of help my family out. But it was like, it just always bothered me that I wanted to build my own thing. I'd rather make $50,000 a year than $100,000 a year, or $500,000 rather than $1 million a year, if I did it on my own, because I have the power over it and I can build something I feel like is going to help people. And that was kind of where I was at. I was just, I wouldn't say I was scared. I was willing to take the risk. I just didn't know what would really be that perfect thing for me to put all my time into.
That's what's up. I appreciate your candor and your honest with that, your honesty with that. When you were really kind of looking to make that change and start working for yourself and stuff like that, what all were you looking to achieve? Like when you initially decided, you know what, I'm going to work with PT Legends, like what were your initial goals and ambitions? Like where were you thinking that you wanted to take it?
That 10K a month everyone talks about. And that was like, and I had already made that before, but it was in something where someone was giving it to me. Mm-hmm. And so it was like that 10K a month mark is, most people live very comfortably. Mm-hmm. And I was it was that. But then obviously it was like, I've always been very forward thinking and very optimistic. Like I'm a negative person, but I'm still very optimistic. I'm not a negative person. I'm just a perfectionist, but I'm also super optimistic. So there's, it can be a recipe for things to kind of go crazy at times. And I was just, I always have that goal of, right, like retiring my parents, driving a Lambo. And I still do. But now, you know, it's more so it's more so realistic now. So that was always a goal. Yeah. But it was like just starting something where I can pay my bills doing it myself. That was the first step, is get my bills paid for and do it all in my own company and build my own thing.
Nice. So what was kind of some of the deciding factors that made you choose to work with PT Legends?
Oh, the biggest thing was Eric says it's the money's made in the follow-up. And I knew what he meant right away, because I spoke with him probably 7 months ago on a sales call, which I probably shouldn't have taken because I had probably had $100 to my name. Uh-huh. I've started other companies. At that point in time, I started my own door-to-door company. And he had heard that I had my own company and it's like what the type of revenue it was, but so many different people involved with it. I didn't have much money. And he, on that call, honestly, he taught me how to truly sell. I realized that like, it's like, there was just no option. There was no way out with him. It got to the point where I was like, I gotta go. So I'm sure it left a bad taste in his mouth, but he followed up. I mean, obviously whatever followed up, his emails, his texts. There was even one other time where I reached out and I had the money and then I just didn't do it. So, and so I know all about what that is now and I hate it just like more than anyone. So it's like, yeah, he actually had put out something to join a school group for $100 a month. And earlier that day I was thinking about, I should start personal training again, on the side. And I was about to buy the program and I think I just went to bed. I was like, we'll see. I went to bed, woke up to a text of a discount and just kind of, was like, I don't know, it was probably a 30-second decision. I was like, I'm gonna go all in on it and just kind of stop everything else. I don't know. It just was at that point in time, it felt like what I wanted to do. I didn't know if it was the right thing, but it was an opportunity to get what I wanted out of business. So
beautiful. That's what's up. Like the destiny, how fortune favors the bold. Let's go. Being able to make those decisions. That's the difference between somebody that's gonna continue to work for themselves continue to work for somebody else, in that 9-to-5 grind that they hate because they never really want to invest in themselves, and somebody that's like, F it, I'm taking this investment, I'm taking this risk, and I'm doing this for me. So that's what's up. So what's some of the big things, because you've been freaking crushing it. So what are some of the things that working with PT Legends has helped? What are some of the things that we've helped you implement to like really get those foundations built and get you off and scaling so quickly?
I'd say first and foremost, you've been a major help on that journey. You have a lot of knowledge with what you're doing, and it's always like comforting to know there's a third party I can go to, because honestly, it's like, well, PT Legends has systems in place. I've only done 49% of the course. Mm-hmm. I haven't even done half the course yet. And I just took the basics and stuck to them 100%, and then just go. I only think I've missed the last week or two. I've been so busy, I've missed more sales calls or trainings. But trainings 4 times a week was kind of unheard of for me for spending this type of money on a program. You spend $10,000 on a program, and you get a course. Now, this was way different. It was so many different things. And I didn't have a job, so I could go to all of them. And I learned every time. I looked forward to the sales call. I didn't miss them. And I mean, that was major for me. Again, you were major for me. You know, you're a busy guy, but you still take time to, hey, let's book a call and go over this, to get to the really nitty gritty of stuff. The community, I'm huge on. This is like, I'm not tooting my horn or trying to sound any type of way. I'm a very competitive person, and I liked going into something and kind of just say, like, when someone joins the football team in high school and then out of nowhere is the star player, I like that. And I feel like I can do that. And it's happened before. And that happened where I joined the group. I started doing well, and it's not like I'm looking for others to say, oh, hey, you're doing well. But the community aspect of everyone rooting you on. And I love rooting other people on and helping other people too. And so it was like that community of, even though there's people that have been in the course and are figuring it out and are making progress, even though I was able to pick it up very quickly, they're still very, helping me out with what they can, still helping me out. And I'm learning a lot from everyone, not just the coaches, other clients within the course and stuff. And so the community is huge. The course is amazing. The trainings are awesome. The CSMs he has as like you being my coach is amazing. One-on-one chats, and yeah, I'm sure there's more, but there's a lot of stuff in it that's all built out for you.
Yes, sir. Let's go. All right. So we talked about earlier I really appreciate all those words, brother. Appreciate you. So we were talking about earlier, your goal and your aspiration was to hit 10K a month, which you utterly destroyed, and towards, like, with only about 2 weeks in the first month, you were able to get $8,000. So you're really, really knocking on that door. What was your goal for last month? And then, what did you hit? And then what were some of the discussions that we had, when it came to your goal during that time frame?
It was like, hey, I think we got the hang of it. Let's get 10K in the books and push from there. They hit 10K in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And then it was just discussions of things really picked up quickly and became my processes became, at least organically, my process became a lot more structured and just kind of like they were doing their thing and they were working and we were just pushing and maximizing it. When we had spoke, I had gotten in talks of partnerships and stuff, which I now am fully partnered with some really great, amazing people that are going to be helping a lot. Mm-hmm. And so now it's, the goals we were talking about was like, hey, we're at this point in the month, we're projected to do like 25K or 30K. What should we do at the end of June? And that was 50K, or I believe I said 40K. And you're like, dude, I think you can do 50. Now it's still 50 is the goal for June. But by December, we want to be hitting 75, 80K months, if not 100K months every month consistently. And so that's the goal now. We want it within the next 18 months. We want it to be $1 million company.
Yes, sir. Let's go. And in my opinion, in my professional opinion, there's no reason why you can't become a 7-figure company relatively soon. I think you have the work ethic, you have the discipline, you have the knowledge, skills, and the coachability to be able to hit those milestones and get there. Also, on top of that, you just provide freaking amazing services. So when the referrals start coming in and those clients keep re-signing with you, oh man, the sky's the limit for you, bro. Okay, so big thing with your success and with being able to crush those goals that you've had. Like, what advice would you give to, let's say, agency owners, trainers, educators, just people out there that are, in kind of your shoes beginning? They're kind of thinking about working for themselves. They want to, they want to go from freelancer or working for somebody else to kind of step out on their own shoes. Like, what kind of advice would you give them?
Oof. So I think a huge thing is speaking from experience. I don't want to speak on things I haven't done. Obviously, there's no brainers with things I probably haven't done that they should do. I don't even know then, but I'd say number one, if you're gonna get a coach, pick a coach who has good reviews. Speak with people in the program before you do it. Number two, I would say do what they're gonna, if they're successful and they're actually successful and have successful clients of theirs doing the same thing, that's a sign they can replicate it. Just do what they tell you to do. So many people in PT Legends even are trying to put their own spin on it, or whatever. And when I say doing what they tell you to do, that you can do something perfect, but if you only do half of it, you're still half-assing it and not doing it. I don't think you should spend the money on a program and try to do a side hustle. I think that's shit happens and it'll work, but I think that's a recipe for disaster. Where I think the biggest thing for me was that I went all in, and that I know myself and a lot of other people strive. They're fourth quarter players. They like to have that pressure, and I feel like that's me. And so doing so and quitting my job where I have people to take care of, literally I have people to support, was just more so of I got to do my outreach today. It was like, it wasn't even, I didn't have those thoughts like, I don't want to do it. It was just like, I'm doing it, right? And it's that. I think a big thing is choosing something that has purpose. I'm in a fortunate position where it is fitness, where I already love it. And I bought so many courses and tried to do so many other things where I feel like I did give a lot, but it didn't have a true purpose for me, where I felt like I was actually helping people, where I didn't give it everything I had. Now I know that I see my clients losing weight and telling me so many different things about how their life's improving. It's not just the money. Obviously, I love money too. Like, I love money, and I will always chase money forever. I don't know forever, but for a long time. But it's just, it's a massive cherry on the top, if it's even, and it's probably more substantial than that. It's like, if you want to just make money, don't find the perfect thing, but find something that's going to help people. Mine was coaching, and I love it, and I know a lot about it. But if you're doing marketing or whatever you're doing, don't just do it because it makes you money. Now maybe it's helping other people make money or whatever. Maybe you are doing marketing and you find the purpose through, hey, I get to help these people make money, and that's how I have my purpose, and that's amazing too. But I think the big thing is not just chasing the financial status of it, because I think that we will become burnt out, and we will whatever. Even if making the money to take care of your family is the purpose, there's got to be something behind it, or else it'll kind of brittle away. Because I feel like I'm not even near to a point where it's as hard as it's going to get, and it's really hard. And if there's no purpose behind it, things would fall through. If it was just money, I think things would fall through.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point, and that's a really good, like, not segue, but that's a really good point. And I think people need to internalize their why behind their whys when it comes to any of their goals and any of their ambitions, because when you can, like you said, when you can tie those things into it, just makes those hard days that much easier. And just, it becomes one of those things, like you said, I was doing outreach and I was like, I gotta do this. But as soon as you put those people, that you're responsible for, that you're employing and stuff like that, their jobs, their families' livelihoods are on the line, it makes it that much easier to be like, well, I'm doing outreach, got to do it, and you just walk into the process. So that's beautiful, man. So last couple questions. So first one is, what would you say to anybody that was interested in working with PT Legends? They're just on the fence for whatever reason.
I would say I'd ask them, like, it kind of feeds into the last question, like, why are you doing it? And if any of their answers has anything to do with any type of success through personal training, then I would say just, like, quit being a bitch and do it. It's easy to kind of be a bitch when it's like, that's all the money I have, or I don't have that money, and it's going to be this and that. Yeah, it's easy to do that and actually, like, take that first step. And a lot of people will take it and take the first step, but it's more so, like, really make sure if you're going to do it. Like, I'm not going to tell hoot and holler that it's going to work for people, because I just know it will. I've seen it's been successful for me, and it's been successful for other people, but by no means is a get rich quick scheme. It takes hard work and dedication and sacrifice. But if you know you're that type of person that can do it, and you want to have success doing personal training, then PT Legends definitely the place to go with it. I haven't been in another program that's been as in depth as this program is, and inviting as the program is also. I think that's a huge thing, is everyone's in support, like I said earlier, with each other, where, if you're on the fence about it, really decide if you want it, because I think PT Legends is also super powerful, because there's not very many people in the group that are dragging others down. Everyone's pretty on board with trying to get better. And if you are wanting to do that, and it is something you want to do, to not go at it half-assed, because it's going to be hard. And that's how you know the program is real, because it's going to be hard. But you have systems in place to help you with how hard it is, and people in place.
Yes, sir. All right, beautiful. Well, I appreciate your kind words, my man. And I really appreciate your time. So if somebody wanted to reach out to you, they wanted to work with you as a trainer, as a coach, if they just wanted to reach out and just chat with you, where can they find you?
So business phone number, text or call anytime, 385-458-0203. Get back with you with 5 to 10 minutes. They can DM me on my Instagram, Eli Never Satisfied. So ELI Never Satisfied. My Facebook is just Eli Greer, ELI space GREER. You'll know it's me because it's a bodybuilder in the profile photo. So
let's go.
That's the 3 of them.
All right, Eli. Well, I appreciate you. Man. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you very much for your time. Look forward to watching you scale to that 100K month barrier and just blast into that door. And yeah, so everybody's the CEO and founder of Never Satisfied Coaching, Eli, my man. Let's keep doing what you're doing. Let's keep crushing it and look forward to working with you soon. All right, talk to you soon, bro.
Thank you.
Peace.